Good morning and welcome to today's Air Force birthday celebration hosted by the Avow team. My name is Annalise Smith and I am Senior Vice President of Philanthropy at Avow and a proud participant in the Veterans Services Committee. Our committee has prepared for you today a lovely ceremony to celebrate the Air Force, the United States Air Force birthday. And we are a group that consists of both staff members and volunteers who are committed to ensuring that we have wonderful services and programs designed specifically to support, acknowledge, and appreciate our area veterans. Avow is a proud We Honor Veterans 4-star program. Today's Master of Ceremonies is Mr. Mark Beeland. Mark?
Yes, thank you for joining us this morning and welcome to the 73rd birthday of the United States Air Force. And we're going to start out with the Pledge of Allegiance, so please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Jillian Lorano.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And next we have Jessica Stearns, who is an Avow volunteer as well as an Air Force veteran, to provide a reading for us.
All right, I'm finally ready to go.
Great, go ahead.
All right. I am an American airman. I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. And next we have Bruce Osborne, who's also an Avow volunteer and an Army veteran. Bruce, can you read us the Air Force history, please?
I can, Jessica, that was wonderful. This is a short history. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
This is a short history of the United States Air Force. The U.S. Air Force is the largest, most modern aerial fighting force the world has ever known. It has competitors, but no peers. As Jessica said, the mission of the U.S. Air Force is to fly, fight, and win in air and cyberspace. We are America's airmen. The Air Force is one of the 7 major components of the United States Armed Services and has primary responsibility for air warfare and air defense. U.S. military activities in the air began with the use of reconnaissance balloons during the Civil War and the Spanish-American War. Congress first funded aeronautics in 1911 and in 1914 created an aviation section of the Army Signal Corps. For centuries, war was conducted on the battlefields and the high seas. But when the war to end all wars broke out in Europe on July 28, 1914, fixed-wing aircraft were conducting ground attacks and battling other planes. By war's end, the Army Air Service had 195,000 men and 740 planes. The post-World War I years saw a huge reduction in military capabilities. On the eve of World War II in 1939, the Army Air Corps had only 24,000 men and about 1,500 planes. At President Roosevelt's orders, the Army Air Corps began an expansion and grew to 2,400,000 men and nearly 80,000 aircraft by the end of World War II. Beginning with the Japan bombing of Pearl Harbor on December the 7th, 1941, and ending with the Air Corps dropping 2 atomic bombs on Japan almost 4 years later, the skies became the ultimate high ground and the United States the leading superpower in the air. In 1947, President Truman created the Department of Defense and established the U.S. Air Force as an independent service equal to the Army and the Navy. Thus, the official birthday of the United States Air Force is 18 September 1947, and today it is 73 years young. Following World War II, the U.S. Air Force was a leading offensive force in Korea, in Vietnam, and more recently in the Middle East. As the 21st century begins, the U.S. Air Force is clearly the world's leader in military air power. Today, the United States Air Force has over 300,000 men and women on active duty, 74,000 in the reserves, and 106,000 in the National Guard. It is the largest, most advanced Air Force in the world, with about 6,000 manned aircraft, 200 unmanned drones, and over 2,000 cruise missiles and 450 intercontinental ballistic missiles. Our Air Force can fight, win, and defend freedom anywhere in the world. The United States Air Force's slogan today is aim high, fly, fight, win. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. And we're going to go from the Air Force history to the Air Force song, sung by Jillian Lorano.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun. Down he dives, sprouting our flame from under. Off with one heck of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flame. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. No, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Thank you, Jillian. Now I'm going to read the names of the Avow staff and volunteers who were Air Force veterans. Henry Braga, Carol Walter, Cynthia Montgomery. Those are our staff members, and our volunteers are Robert Hauer, David Leeson, Jessica Stearns, and Roger Thurl. I'd also like to mention a special guest today who I had known for several years through his work in the Blue Zones and his outreach in Immokalee, and didn't know until last week that he was an Air Force veteran. That's David Longfield Smith. Dave, thanks for joining us today. And now we're going to go back to Jillian to sing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her
Thank you, Jillian. It's always great to hear your voice and appreciate your participation this morning. I believe Annalise has something to share with us.
I do. No birthday celebration is complete without cake. I'm sorry I don't have any to share with the rest of you, but I sure am going to enjoy some on this special occasion. No reason to forget the cake. Happy birthday, United States Air Force.
I am envious, Annalise, I can tell you that. And we're going to conclude our celebration today with Henry Braga, who's going to give us a closing prayer.
I'd like to apologize for Chaplain John. He was supposed to have given us the invocation, but we will conclude this time with the benediction. We remember that the Air Force started in the Army Air Corps. It was established in 1947. I had the great privilege of honoring a veteran at Avow Hospice in his home, a veteran who flew for the Army Air Corps over Germany, flew some 35 missions and survived. And he told me that often he would see his colleagues being hit and going down, and so many people passed away during those missions of the Army Air Corps, the Air Force, during the various campaigns over Germany. So we remember in gratitude for the service of the Air Force, and we conclude asking God's blessings upon all who have served in the Air Force. Especially we remember the lives of those who died serving our country through the United States Air Force. We ask you, O God, to bless the mission of the Air Force as we continue to do this work which is necessary to bring peace and to bring stability among the nations of the world. We thank you that you have allowed us to serve humanity in a way that will save the lives of many. Again, we ask your blessing upon the United States Air Force for those who are presently serving and for those who face peril in the air. Bless them all, we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Henry. And I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this morning, and I'd like to thank Navy veterans and all veterans for your service to our country. Thank you and have a great day.